Hello and welcome to Team Show. This is J Show, and A Show is off typing away and playing another game that we'll maybe do some content on. But for now, I am here to not only give you the answers for Roblox puzzle doors, because I know that is what everybody's here for, but I'm also going to help you to figure out how we got those answers. So if you watched our previous video, we did this for 1 through 25. If you haven't watched that yet and you need some help there, please feel free to save this video and go watch that one. But make sure to come back. If you're looking for 26 through 50, that's this video. So let's get started. On number 26, we need to solve what does 459 equal? Well, the way that I figured this out is you multiply the last two numbers together, and then you multiply that with the first number. So an example would be for 652, you multiply the 5 and the 2 to get to 10, and then you take that 10 and you multiply it with the 6, which is the first number. And that's how you come up with 60. So if we follow that pattern all the way down to 459, you multiply the 9 and the 5 to get to 45, and then you multiply that times the 4, and 45 times 4 is 180, which will be your answer. And for number 27, the way that we were able to come up with what 144 equals is by using addition. So the way that I was able to do that was I'll give you the example using the 566 and the 689. So in order to do this, I was able to kind of go backwards, and I was able to do 144 minus 689 equals 755. When I got that answer 755, I tried to type that in and it was not correct. So I had to kind of then go back and I tried, well, let me see what happens when I minus 566 from that answer. Will that be correct? And I was able to get the correct answer, which is 1321. If you follow that pattern for the rest, it does work. So you'll be able to go either top to bottom, but I was able to work bottom to top. So for this one, what is what are these? These are the coordinates on your map. So north, east, south, and west. So if you ever learned the acronym, never eat soggy waffles. I actually learned it as never eat shredded wheat, either or. It's northeast, southwest are your directions. So if we follow that, the opposite to north is south. So if we were able to keep north and south the same, and then we keep east and west the same, they gave us the answer north is 5, east is 4. So if we were able to do that, and then we have to do what is west. So west is opposite of east, so that would be 4. Then they want to know what is south. South is opposite of north, so it's 5. Then we have to add n plus e. So we have to add north and east, which is 4 plus 5 is 9. And then add an additional east, right? So they want this additional e, which is 4. So that's your answer, 4594. Simple as that. Now, moving along to this one, you have to be very careful. This is one of those ones where if you answer it too fast, you're going to get the wrong answer because it's a two-step problem. So the way that I was able to solve this one is I was adding up and down and straight across. Now, if you just take it and you add 14 plus 10, and then you add an additional 8, you're going to come up with 32. And if you do that all the way down, you're going to come up with 32, except this is blank here. So 10 plus 9 is 19. What is 32 minus 9? That answer is 13. Hold up, your answer and your code is not going to be 13 because this says multiply that missing number by 9. Now, when you multiply 13 times 9, you get the answer, which is 117. Moving right along. Here we go. And by the way, there are some where I'm going to say, "Help! Give me the answer." Not yet. So I'm still here to help you. I have all the answers. Some of them I just don't know how they got to them. So for number 30, these are square roots. So if you know square roots, the square root um, of 9 is actually 3, right? And then the square root of 81, which would be the next one. So that's the way that I got that is 41 plus 40 equals 81. That's how they got this is a square root of 9. So that's how I was able to resolve and figure out that they were doing square roots because 25 plus 24 equals 49. The square root of 49 is 7. So if we use that same logic and we add 65 plus 63, it comes out to 128. 128 is actually the square root. And this one confused me because it was 256. Um, that one confused me a little bit because, and I might be wrong on that because I don't think 256 is the square root of 128. 128 plus 128 is 256, but that's not a square root. So I'm not sure why and how that one came up, but it does, that theory and logic does work for the others. So let me know if you got the same. Okay, after all that math, we need a little brain break. So what do we have to do? We have to search all of these blocks to find the code, and you will see that the answer is simply right there, 5560. So let's go ahead and enter 5560, hit submit, and moving right along. So for this one, they simply want you to come up with what the answer is. So, how do you do that? Do I do math? What do I do? Really, all you're going to do is step on them in the order they tell you. So, you can see the red one is 9. You can see the yellow one is 4. The blue one, right, we're following the order, is 9. And then if we go ahead and we step on green, we can see that it is 5. So if we are to just follow that simple answer, we're going to come up with the code. And we're going to get off this thing so we can enter it. Whoa, look at that. And the answer is 9495. And this one, I'm going to call my obby expert over. That would be a show. Whoopee, did I missed my chance. Let me just enter this quickly. 9495 and calling over my obby expert of a show.
Hello, welcome. It is the obby expert A show.
And the reason I say that is because we would be here and make this video much longer if y'all waited for me to do this. So we're gonna have him do it. Zip, zip, zip. And what's the answer, A show?
1213. Thank you.
And he'll enter it 1213. And by
A show will be out for now.
he's out for now because, like I said, he's off playing some other game where he's like serving people in a restaurant. He had to do some training for it. Don't know. Anyhow, maybe you guys know that game. This one, Sakura Restaurant. If you want us to show you how to do that, leave it in the comments. This one is not easy. It is mind-boggling hard. So, in order to get the answer, you have to know how many triangles are in this image. So, don't just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. You actually have to look at this in a different way. And what I will tell you is I had to draw this out on a piece of paper and use marker so that I could color and do it that way. I had to use different colors to find all the different triangles. And what I came up with is there's 28. If you want to know how I did some of them, like I'm going to trace it with the mouse. Here is one large triangle this way. But guess what? you can go upside down, and here's another large triangle. That's 2 right there. Here's another one, 3, and here's another one, 4. What if we go isosceles? Look, all the way down and over. So if you do that, you will see that you will come up with 28. That's not the answer they want to know. So what they want to know is, what is 28 multiplied times 4? Well, that part is easy. That's 112. I mean, it's not easy, but easier, right? So for this one was easy for me, maybe for you guys as well. I was able to look at this and right away figure it out. I saw that this is just a single line, and it tells me that single line has a value of 1. Okay, that's single. T has a value of 2. Well, there's 1, 2 lines. And if you do it for 3 and 4, you can count the lines by just tracing them, and you will see that that works for each of these. So for this one, that's all you're going to do, and you're going to trace the lines. And the word mean has the W upside down is an M, right? So we already know that one is a 4. And E has 4 lines, and then the A has 3, and the N has 3 as well. And if you want me to show you the A real quick, I'll just do 1, 2, and then 3. So that's how you get that answer. Not that hard, but it can be a little tricky when you're trying to figure things out and your mind is like, how did they get that? Moving on to 36. So for this one, they want you to find out, what is 12, what is 24. What I can tell you is, when I figured this out, I was able to separate the 2 and the 1 and then add them as separate numbers. So I separated it and I said, what's 1 plus 2? And I got 3. If I add 3 just to this last number of 24, then I get the correct answer, which is 324. I did that same method for 80. The only one it didn't work on was the 4, 3, and 19. So if you did yours a different way, please let me know how you did it and if it was successful for all of them, because I could not figure that one out. For number 37, this one, I could tell you that I couldn't figure it out. I need your help on this one, because to me, I don't know what the values for R and X are. Therefore, I can't really solve what RXAB is, because there's nothing in here that would tell me what R equals or what X equals. So I'm going to give you the answer and allow you to explain to us how you got the answer for 37, which is 618923. Don't forget to leave it in the comments. I really appreciate when you guys help me out, because I don't want to just know the answers. I want to know how. So if we go down to this one, let me hit the E so that you can see. This one's really quite simple. They want to know how you get 9762. Well, if you look at all of these numbers, they're the same number, but just backwards. So 5667, 7665. See it? 7665. And you do the same. 5143. See it? And this is 2679. Just backwards. That's all. Not as hard as sometimes we feel. Oh boy, here we go again, where they want us to leave the server, which this gets annoying to me. Anyone else? I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I've never had a game that makes me exit out as much as this game has. But I'm going to save you the agony of doing it and let you know. I went to batch file users profile, and in the about section, if you'd like to do it on your own, uh, under the code is, it says code is my join year. So you have to find out what year batch file user joined, and that is 2015. Now, for this one, it wants you to find the code. It doesn't give you any clues. So, how do you find the code? I looked up and down. I was like looking at the lights I looked everywhere, and then I said to A Show, I like clicked on something, and I was like, "Oh my god, what?" Because I was like, "Look at this over here," and it like showed me that if I click on it, ooh, what's that? The hidden clue, and so it's simply 7710. But you have to know to click on the walls in order to do that. Okay, for this one, I'm going to give you a warning. Um, I was like, check the console, check the console. I couldn't figure anything out. So if you were able to figure it out, let me know. But what I will tell you is this: in order to check the console on a computer, you actually have to do a certain command on your keyboard. I did that because I was like, it wants me to check my console. And I knew the answer because I could see it from Google, but I wanted to know how did they get the answer. So I checked the console and it said, warning, stop. This to me was a big red flag. So I contacted my friend, a very good friend of mine who's been in the IT industry for more than 20 years. And he freaked out. He was like, don't open your console. And I was like, well, I already did it. And he's like, change all your passwords because once you open your console and you're on their server, it would give them access to your secure information. So he was saying, don't give that information out. The question would appear to be trying to fish or steal your information. So that is what I was told. I can look at Google. This is not what was on my console. This is the Google answer. But please tell me, without trying to open your console, do not open it again. This is from a professional in the IT industry. So do not do that. But if you had a different way that you came up with 76523 for number 41, please leave that into the comments. For number 42, um, I can see that all of the numbers remain the same. Let me kind of get a little bit closer here and zoom in. So all of the numbers at the end, if you look, stay the same, right? Um, then if you were to look at the rest, this is adding the 2, adding the 4. I don't know how they got the 8, so I don't know the rest. I'm able to see the answer is 74. I I'm able to see that the answer is not 74. That's the next one. Is 359. I just need your help in telling me how. The only part I could see the pattern on that one was that the end numbers don't change. I already gave you the ending for this one. But let me tell you that the answer for this one is easy enough if you just subtract, and that's what I was doing. So I was subtracting over here. I took 3 and 2, and I just kind of split them apart, and then I did the same. And then I just left the this one, right? So I used this number. If I did that same logic with 1114, then I keep the 4 separate, and I just take that 4 and I leave it, but I could take this 111 and I can add it to the 4, which is 7. If I then divide that by, right, I take that 7. If I divide this 8 by 2, I come up with 4. And then if I use the first answer, the 7, then I get 74. And that's how I did that. And I was able to get it. If you did it a different way, please let me know. Hey, Aisha, you want to come here and tell them how you did this one, but you got to do it quickly.
Okay, so hope you aren't blindsided. So, what this is telling is that you see that rectangle, or yeah, rectangle has 4 sides. So, 4, and then a triangle has 3.
How
So,
many sides does a circle have?
one, there's 0. So, it is 430.
Is your code. Thanks, Aisha, for helping out on that one. and tearing yourself away from that
Come
game.
back.
He'll be back. We're moving right along. Hey, phew. So many stages. I forgot which one I'm on. Oh, hey, Bozo. You're on 45. Okay. I'm not calling anyone a bozo because I need your help on the next one. Can't figure this one out. All I know is the answer online. So if you guys know how to figure this one out, I want you to tell me in the comments how did they come up with Violet equals 380? Don't know. We're going to move on to the next. So for number 47, it says the code for stage 35, but in reverse. Now, I can do the whole go to, and I'll show you how. You just do like go to, you do a colon, and then you type in go to, and then a space, and then you're going to type in 35. I'm not going to make you do that with me because it'll take too much time up. But if you look up the answer for that, you'll see that it was, oh boy, uh, okay, so you'll see that the answer for that was 3344. So you're just going to type that in reverse, and it's going to be 4433. Whoop, I mean 3344. So the answer for 35 is 4433. Okay, y'all, if I could share my computer on the other computer screen, would not believe the answer I came up with for this one. If you came up with it any different way than what I came up with it, please share it in the comments. But what I'm going to tell you is, couldn't figure it out, so I Google searched this image because I went and I was counting. This has two. Nope, that wasn't the answer. I went division, multiplication, square, you name it. There was no other way that I could figure it out other than doing a Google image of the search, which you're not going to believe what it brought up. It is Braille. So what this is these two tiles is the number 2. These two tiles is the number 5. These two tiles are the number 8, and you can see it's the same here, and 8. That is Braille. So how you would know that, if I mean, I don't know, but I only know it because I Google searched it, and that just seems strange to me. So we are on question number 49. I told you we are going to move quickly and along on this one. Here is another one that it's it's baffling to me because they want you to start from the beginning where you have spoken. Now, here's where I have a problem. Revealing the answers for this stage will result in consequences. Looking at you, I love Roblox 2 ever. So I'm like, well, there's got to be something to it, right? Because in every time he mentions a username, he has you go look at their profile. Looked up, down, left, right, about, you name it. I looked at that profile. There's really nothing there. I looked at the donations, couldn't find anything there. So, all I'm going to say is that this one has the most ridiculous, craziest answer. I'd like to know how you get it, but I'm also going to let you know I don't appreciate this right here, and I'll tell you why. I find that it's threatening, and I'm going to tell you that if it scared you, that, oh my God, I was telling people the answers to the questions, and now I'm scared that I'm going to get in trouble. You're not. Because if that was the case, I wouldn't be able to do this video. You cannot get in trouble for revealing answers. There are going to be 0 consequences. But I'm going to tell you the answer is 1415184045. It is ridiculously long, and please share with me if you know how they got that. We are on the last question, y'all. We are on question number 50. And at this time, I do have to give a shout out to a nice player that I met in one of the servers that I was in. So shout out to Bradinator. You were so kind and nice, and appreciate your sub and like. And for all the rest, if you're enjoying this, please don't forget to subscribe and like to our channel. We are going to be looking for additional content to post. we do post more than just Bed Wars. If you look, A Show, he actually holds the world record for color or die. One, two, and three, I believe. Up just two and three, he clarified. But you can watch him get those world records and figure out how to solve those by watching our video. So if there's any other content where you're like, I want them to show me how they got this, or I would like to see you do this, or I want to see you play this, leave it in the comments. We're looking for suggestions. We're a newer channel and we're enjoying it. So if you are too, again, don't forget to like and subscribe. And then if you want to see when we're premiering anything or posting new content, just make sure to what A Show? You click the notify, correct?
Notification bell.
That's what you're going to click. So with that all said, I'm going to tell you that a place ID is not a place that you want to ID, because usually a place ID is something that you're going to find in Roblox, is in Roblox Studio. Don't open Roblox Studio while you're in the server. Again, it's that privacy thing that I was telling you about with the console. I'm not suggesting that he's trying to gain or gather personal information. But I'm not going to recommend this game anymore. I'm not going to continue after this answer to number 50. I'm not going to continue playing because there's a few questions that are questionable. I'm sure it's harmless. I want you to tell me if you found things, but to me, if somebody asks for that place ID and I Google how do you find your place ID in Roblox and it tells me I have to open creator, um, it kind of gets a little bit sketchy in terms of privacy, and the same thing with that console. So tell me how you got there. I just worry about the integrity and the content. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer for number 50. And then A Show, would you like to say something?
I'm coming. No, actually, I'm in the obby. I'm in the obby part. I don't know. I glitched. I'm
Okay,
coming.
so I don't know. He's trying to get to where we are. I don't think he'll get here in time. But again, if you have enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like, subscribe. Please also or sub and like. Someone was like, it's sub and like. I don't know. I'm not like this big time YouTuber. We're just doing this for fun. Are you guys having fun? I'm having fun. Although my brain does hurt from having to find all of that stuff, especially that Braille one, right? But don't forget to comment on how you got the answers, if you got them differently from us. Help your fellow peers out because they're looking at that for information as well. And some of us do want to know how to solve it and not just be robots typing in answers that we learned from Google. So, with all of that said, this is J Show
And A Show.
out.